James. I'm going to be cooking a new salmon salad today. It's going to be kind of quick, so bear with me. Things that we're going to be using today are green beans, celery, plum tomatoes or grape tomatoes, either or, the mesclun mix, which you can already see I put the tomatoes in, some Meyer lemons, salmon, salt, pepper, olive oil, and some mustard. Hardware, easy. You got your pan of boiling water here. Also a bowl of ice water to shock and a hot pan to use. What we're going to do to start off is we're going to take some green beans. Now usually I would tell you to snap off the ends as such and toss, snap, and then snap in half. But since we don't have time for that, cut. Next, what you're going to do after that is take your tomatoes and just half them. Right over top, and half, and half. Toss those in. Celery, very simple. I took a whole celery stalk and literally cut it down the center, and then recut it back down the center again. Take that, put them all together, and you're going to take them and actually just give them a little dice. Any big parts, just discard. They're useless actually. After that, your green beans go straight into the water. Now, generally, depending on the size of the green beans, you're going to cook them for about a minute, minute and a half, almost to 2 minutes. So what I'm going to do is actually right after a minute is done, I'm going to take the celery and drop them in with the green beans as well. With the salad, I've already added salt and pepper. There's a little bit of garlic. I generally like shallots inside of my salad. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to toss a little bit of olive oil. About a tablespoon of that. This is mustard. I took care of using horseradish with this mustard because I found a mustard that's horseradish and Dijon. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to take it and just give it a little squirt around the rim. Not that much. Take that, put that aside. Now it's time for our celery to go in. Celery in with the green beans. Don't be afraid to do this. You're not going to hurt anything by putting them in there early. Next, while that's cooking, let's take our salmon and we'll apply salt and pepper. Don't be afraid of the salt. Salmon loves salt. Even though it's got some salt in it, salmon, it's going to taste much better with a lot of salt. Some salt, fresh ground pepper, not the store-bought ground. Flip, flip, salt. And again, notice using one hand to flip, one hand to season. Wash my hands. These. About this time, both the celery and the green beans are done. I'm going to take these out, let them rest inside of the ice water, move them around a little bit to get the shock of the coldness into them. It'll actually help the texture and coloring of everything. Once done with that, you can actually take the water off. Since you're done with that, now all you're left with is the salmon. What you're going to do is add a little oil to both sides. This way it'll take down the smoke effect from the actual fish. Fish does like to have a high smoke rate on it. Just give it a flip, another flip. Keep flipping until it's completely covered with oil. And then into the pan. Whenever you're putting anything into a pan, always do it from you towards the back. That way you don't splash yourself. And that's settled. Now, generally I would say beforehand, take your Meyer lemons, your beautiful lemons, have a citrus flavor to them, and tell you to put them into a broiler and let the tops of them become like that. That way you get the sweetness and it's actually cooked in. It gives it a great flavor. But since we've already done this, you don't have to worry about it. Again, just drop it in a broiler, it'll become like this. After this, if you want to get a shot of it, the best way to know about how to change the salmon over is wait until it reaches the halfway point and you see the coloring actually change from pink to white. And then flip. Now you see there's a nice golden brown color on it. It's actually kind of good. This one's, the bigger they are, the longer they're going to take, obviously. So this one's got about 40 more seconds, maybe. Next, while that's cooking, we'll take out our green beans and our celery, throw them right into the actual bowl. With this bowl, I'm going to do a mixture with my hand. If you want to, you can actually just really put half and half in, like do half at a time, so that way it's going to be showing up on the plate better. Like I said, this is just mustard, olive oil, salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic, some celery, and some green beans with some tomatoes. We'll give our last salmon a flip here. Perfect. For plating, what we'll do is you take your salad, handful, right in the center, another handful, right in the center. Any excess, place on the plate lightly. Push together. Take the salmon off the heat. Once done, bring the salmon, which is a little bit oily, so you want to give it a shot. A couple of little shakes as it's coming out of the pan. A little shake, pop right on top. With your Meyer lemons now, the Meyer lemons, you're going to take it. You're going to squeeze the juices all over it. And then, once done, right on top. If you want to press it on the fish, that's great too. Right on top. A little olive oil. That's it. Pan-seared salmon salad.